Here's some good news about the economy. Just a couple brief stories I want to touch on. The Journal had another good story out the other day about a brilliant Trump executive order he just put out about space exploration. It was this. It's in this Wall Street Journal article, but it's worth it. What does space exploration have to do with the economy? It does, believe me. We need to grow out of this because we're in too much debt right now. If we don't get richer, we won't be able to pay off the debt. It's as simple as that. Trump opens outer space for business. So what did he do? From the piece, he basically signed this executive order in only a Trumpian type move, which I love because only he would do this, encouraging international support for the recovery and use of space resources meant to spur a new industry, the extraction and processing of resources from the moon and asteroids to facilitate settlement of the solar system. You may say, what is that? Sounds like Star Trek stuff. It's very simple. Forget the Star Trek stuff for a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, it's estimated on asteroids. If we can figure out a way, the technology isn't there now, let's be clear. It is Star Trek stuff, the technology now, because we don't have it yet. Mm-hmm. It's estimated, Joe, that there are literally hundreds of trillions of dollars of rare, valuable minerals on asteroids and in our solar system, if we could get it, mine it, and bring it home.
Right.
Think about what I just told you. We're 24 trillion in debt. We've just added about 3 trillion more by printing money through these paycheck programs and the stimulus program. We probably have another 100 trillion in unfunded liabilities for Social Security and Medicare we can never pay. I just told you that money we're printing doesn't have any value. It's not based in, we're just printing it. But what if it was based in real value? What if we found a way, thanks to the president's executive order now, in the next decade or so to mine these asteroids and bring back actual chairs, 720,000 something chairs, to sop up some of the money we just printed to pay for the chairs? You know how much wealth, you know how wealthy we could be? You know how easy it would be now? Rare earth, they're called rare earth minerals now because they're rare on Earth. What if they weren't rare anymore? We could have supercomputers, AI, super cheap. The expenses for a lot of these things are not only the human capital, Joe, but the rare earth minerals, which are hard to find. What if they weren't hard to find? We could be looking at an extremely prosperous future. Again, it is a little Pollyannish. The technology's not there now, but we could be there soon. One more quick note, a positive note here. Great Wall Street Journal article about Trump's response to the Wuhan virus, how it's been totally different than responses to crises in the past. Headline by Christopher DeMuth, Trump rewrites the book on emergencies. President Trump actually cited this article in a presser on the Rose Garden. And they bring up an interesting point in this piece, that in the past, after 9/11 and the 2008 financial crash, the government got bigger. We had the TSA, we had the dreaded bailouts of the financial industry, rescuing Fannie and Freddie after 2008. And granted, there's been a lot of government spending now, but DeMuth points out an interesting point. But that disregards how Trump has done other things. This epidemic and the highly disruptive measures, I'm quoting, that have been taken to control its spread have publicized many examples of official suppression of everyday initiative as well as crisis response. These are rare openings to create political disruption. Seizing them will vindicate the uses Americans are making of temporary liberties that are given to them under duress. What is he saying? That President Trump, in contrast to Bush and Obama and the other crises we lived through, who expanded the role of government, in many cases, Joe, has been massively deregulating. In other words, pulling government back. That may set a precedent for the future, getting government out of your life and unleashing the American entrepreneur, letting doctors operate across state lines, motoring the FDA through drug approvals and things like that. These may pay massive health dividends in the future. Certainly a different model than the Bush-Obama model of expanding government in a crisis. There may be some light at the end of this tunnel. I think there will be.
You just heard The Dan Bongino Show. You can also get Dan's podcasts on iTunes or SoundCloud. And follow Dan on Twitter 24/7 @DBongino.